Assalamu alaikum, here is Mavia Rafiq with roll number BSF 1702151, and I am here to discuss about optical properties part 1. Starting with the name of Allah, let's move toward our. The key concepts that we are going to discuss are optical properties, their introduction, luminescence, type of luminescence which are fluorescence and phosphorescence, light interaction with solids, optical properties examples, and quantum dots. Interaction of electromagnetic radiations with matter produces optical properties. The simple picture one can start with is by considering a ray of electromagnetic wave of single frequency entering a medium from vacuum. This ray can be reflected, transmitted, or absorbed. We can see in first section the light is transmitted. In second one, all of the light is reflected back in first medium. In third one, it is refracted. In fourth one, the diffraction phenomena occur. In fifth one, there is absorption of all the light waves, and in sixth one, there is scattering process. There are only two possibilities of interaction of a medium with electromagnetic radiation, which is scattering and absorption. If one considers a wide spectrum of frequencies, then some part of spectrum could be absorbed while the other frequencies would be scattered. Some of the frequencies are scattered while rest will be absorbed, means that both of the processes occur side by side. Incident light is either transmitted, absorbed, or reflected. If photons of certain color are absorbed, they obviously are not being transmitted to your eyes. The colors that are absorbed we are not transmitted because their complementary colors are transmitted, and these complementary colors appear to your eyes, and you can see the thing colored. This will affect the material color. Here is shown the process of luminescence. When the electrons are present in their ground state, they have least energy, and they remain in their least energy state as long as the incident photon comes and strike to them. Whenever the incident photon comes and strike to the electrons present in the least energy state or in their ground state, what happens? The energy level of electron increases. Their energy level increases to such extent that they close the energy gap and move toward the conduction band, or yes, they move toward conduction band, and at this state the electrons gain much energy. They are in their excited state, so electrons tend to come to their normal state or in their stable state as soon as possible. So to come to their ground state, what they do, they re-emit a part of their energy and come to their ground state. When they emit some portion of their energy, the process of fluorescence or phosphorescence takes place. Electrons are excited across the gap. Usually with UV radiations, they may generate new photons by re-emission. The radiated light may not have same wavelength as incident energy. The energy may differ. The types of luminescence are fluorescence and phosphorescence. The luminescence will be called fluorescence if it lasts less than 1 second. It is momentary or instantaneous luminescence. And if it persists and lasts greater than 1 second, then it will be phosphorescence. If the luminescence ends rapidly, then the material is fluorescent, and it will illuminate only as long as it is excited. If the luminescence continues, the material is phosphorescent. Light emission persists. Here is shown Lysergis cup, which were first invented by Romans, which means that they also knew the use of nanoparticles. Lysergis cup appears green in reflected light and appears red when light is shown from inside and is transmitted through the glass. Now discussing about the bulk gold, we all know that bulk gold appears yellow in color and nano-sized gold particles appear red in color. The, the nano-sized gold particles are so small that their electrons are not free to move about as in bulk solid. Due to the restricted movement of electrons, nano-sized gold particles behave differently to light. Their behavior to light changes, due to this their properties changes, and the color they show also changes. Here are shown the colors of bulk gold along with their nano-sized gold particles. Bulk gold appears yellow, and as we move toward nanoparticles, their color began to change toward a reddish shade. In the example of zinc oxide, when we discuss about bulk zinc oxide particles, their properties are like they absorb UV rays, they appear white in color, and they scatter visible light. But when we are discussing about nano-sized zinc oxide particles, but we see that they absorb UV rays. Now the difference comes that the nano-sized zinc oxide particles appear transparent, and the nano-sized zinc oxide particles cannot scatter visible light. Why they cannot scatter visible light? The reason is that they are so small as compared to wavelength of the light that they cannot interact with light and they cannot scatter it. The reason lies in their small size. Here are shown here comes the quantum dots. As the name shows, these are extremely small like minute dot-like structures. These are semiconductor and nanocrystalline materials with diameters of 2 to 10 nanometers. They can produce distinctive color due to their sizes, and there is large color variation as we change their size. So this is all about the optical properties, part 1. In the next topic, we will continue about the properties of quantum dots, and the next remaining topics will be covered in that one.